Today's men's contest. Sporting a 2-10 GPAC record, 7-13 overall, while the Dordt Defenders are 14-5 overall and 7-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. We'll be playing the men's game first. That'll start at about 2 o'clock. Women's contest will get rolling at about 3:45. We flipped the start dates because of the start times because of the 50th year celebration of women's basketball at Dordt University, and they have an opportunity to have a luncheon, some former players and coaches on campus, and they're taking care of that. And then we'll play the women's contest at 3:45 this afternoon. So for those of you tuning in for women's basketball, you're going to have to wait a little while. Hopefully everyone who normally tunes in for the men's contests a little bit later on in the afternoon, hopefully you got that memo. Let's take a 2-minute break, and when we are back, we'll take a look at Great Plains Athletic Conference standings and what else is happening in the GPAC today. All that comes up on the Wireless World pregame show. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com, leading you home. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym. Let's take a look at what else is happening in the conference, what has happened as well. On Wednesday night, the scoreboard in men's basketball, Dordt defeated Briarcliff 113-83. Midland over Doane 84-59. Concordia winner over Mount Marty 92-63. Jamestown down to Morningside 88-83. That one was a little bit of a surprise. And then Northwestern defeated Dakota Wesleyan at the Corn Palace 68-60. On the docket for today, Doane is at Dordt. That's the game you're listening to. Hastings is at Northwestern. That's an interesting matchup. Hastings right now 9-1. Northwestern 9-3. Northwestern trying to pull the Hastings Broncos back to the pack. Mount Marty is at Briarcliff. There are 2 doubleheaders tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 o'clock. Women's games followed by men's games. Hastings is at Briarcliff, so Hastings a back-to-back weekend. And that's necessitated by the snow out from 2 weeks ago. Midland is at Dakota Wesleyan. And then Jamestown is at Mount Marty on Monday, January 29th. We'll be close to back on schedule at that point. The Dordt Defenders go to Concordia 1 week from this Monday. And I believe at that point we'll have all of the makeups in. We'll be back on track and hopefully be able to play the rest of the schedule without having to work around snowstorms and things like that. GPAC basketball standings. Hastings is atop the league at 9-1. Dordt has 2 losses to the Hastings Broncos. Lost a week ago to the Broncos by a point. That changed the complexion of things. Boy, you have those 2 last-minute losses to Hastings. One of the 2 go in Dort's favor. It changes things. 2 of them go in Dort's favor. It changes things dramatically. As it is, Hastings still sitting at 9-1. Morningside, Northwestern 9-3. Concordia and Dordt 8-4 and 7-4 respectively. Then you've got separation. Dakota Wesleyan 5-7. Briarcliff 4-7. Jamestown 5-6. Midland 4-8. Doane 2-10. And Mount Marty is 1-10. That's a look at what's happening in the conference. That's a look at the conference standings. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we will be back checking in with the matchup between Dordt and Doane men's college basketball. Let's take a 2-minute break. Back with more right after this.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
Hello, my name is Quentin Olson.
I'm Parker Freeman.
Hey, I'm Clay Boss. I'm from Holland, Michigan. I'm from Holman, Wisconsin.
I'm from Ontario, California.
One of my favorite things about working at the Dordt Media Network is being able to come in with no previous experience of broadcast or camera work and being able to learn all of that up to a directing role. I'd like to shout out my parents who watch all the games from home.
You're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Let's take a look at these 2 teams. We begin with the Doane Tigers under Coach Ian McKeithen, 7-13 overall, 2-10 in the conference. Doane has lost 4 games in a row since a 105-102 win over Briarcliff on January 6. Doane won 3 straight games over Bellevue, Manhattan Christian, and Briarcliff from December 3 through the January 6 for their longest winning streak of the year. Doane has beaten Briarcliff 105-102 and Mount Marty 81-57 in GPAC play. The tale of the tape, Doane is getting outscored 77-73 overall. And taking a look at conference play, they're getting outscored 85-70 on average. Rebounds per game, getting out rebounded 37-35. Turnovers per game, forcing 12, giving it up 11 times. Field goal shooting, opponents are shooting 48% against the Tigers, while the Tigers are making 43% of their shots. 3-point field goals made, 8.4 for the Tigers per game, 6.3 for opponents. 3-point percentage, that is, Doane 35, opponents 33. Key players for the Tigers, Brady Tim, 17.1 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 34 made three-pointers this year. He also averages 4 assists, kind of does a little bit of everything for the Tigers. River Johnston is averaging 11.4 points per game with 3.2 rebounds. He has 22 made three-point baskets. For the defenders, they have scored at least 80 points in 17 games this year, 88 or more 13 times to build their 14-5 record. Dordt is 7-2 in its last 9 games dating back to December the 2nd. Dordt's losses in league play are to Morningside 103-88, Northwestern 83-66, Hastings 80-78, and 66-65. Dordt is 2-4 in games where they convert 46% or less from the field. That seems to be the magic number. By the numbers, Dordt outscores teams 89-75. They out-rebound teams 38-34. They get 8.9 three-pointers made per game. Opponents are making 8.8. Three-point percentage, Dordt 38, opponents 33. Dordt forces 11 turnovers per game. They allow and they give it up 11 times per contest as well. Key players for the defenders, there's a bunch of them. Lucas Lorenzen is averaging 22.8 points and 6.5 rebounds per game. Bryce Kopic has had 17.6 points per game and 4.8 rebounds. Luke Rankin has had 11 points per game, nearly 7 assists. Connor Milliken, 11.6 points per game, 54% shooting from the field. Jake Hargan, 6.8 points per game, 4.4 rebounds. Ben Fairclough, 6.3 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, and nearly 2 blocked shots per contest. Ty Vanessen is at 4.7 points per game. Jackson Lusher is at 5.7 points per contest. Dordt leads the series 23-12 since the 01-02 season. Dordt has won 2 straight in the series. The last one, 90-60 on December the 2nd. Dordt led 39-35 at halftime, put that one away with a 51-25 advantage in the second half. Dordt converted 37 of 63 field goals and had a 46-28 rebounding edge. Bryce Kopic led the way for the defenders with 26 points and 8 rebounds. Lucas Lorenzen, 22 points and 8 rebounds. Luke Rankin, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Doane was led by River Johnston with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Brady Tim had 13 points. Cooper Sheldon had 10 points and 7 rebounds. Dordt beat Briarcliff on January the 24th by a 113-83 margin. Defenders converted 43 of 64 field goals and had a 34-24 rebounding edge. Briarcliff converted 29 of 60 field goals and 13 of 33 pointers. Connor Milliken had a career-high 28 points in the win. Lucas Lorenzen had 23. Doane lost to Midland at Fremont on January 24th, 84-57. Doane converted 21 of 61 field goals and was 7 of 30 from the three-point line. Nick Size scored 11 points with 5 rebounds. River Johnston had 10 points. Jack Wilson and Brady Tim each had 8 points for the Tigers. Dordt and Doane, we are almost set for the national anthem and the starting lineups. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we will be back with a look at the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch. Buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Starters for
Here are your starting lineups. We begin with the Doane Tigers. They will start number 1, Ben Renshaw, 5'11 junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, averaging 2.2 points per game. Brady Tim is a 5'10 junior from Utah, Nebraska, averaging 17.1 points per contest. Caleb Hrebeck is a 6'4 junior from Louisville, Nebraska, averaging 5.6 points per contest. Number 10 is River Johnston, a 6'2 freshman from North Platte, Nebraska, averaging 11.4 points per game. And number 43 is Jack Wilson. He is a 6'6 freshman from Manhattan, Kansas, averaging 6.8 points per game. For the Dordt defenders, Luke Rankin wears 0. He is a 5'10 junior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 11 points per game. Connor Milliken is a 6-foot freshman from Springfield. He wears number 1. He is averaging 11.6 points per game. He is coming off a 28-point outburst against the Briarcliff Chargers. Bryce Milliken is number 2. He is a senior from Hawarden, Iowa. 17.6 points per game is his scoring average. And number 3 is Lucas Lorenzen, a 6'4 sophomore from Milford, Iowa. The former Okoboji Pioneer, averages 22.8 points per game. And number 35 is Ben Fairclaw. He is a 6'8 junior from Perth, Australia, averaging 6.3 points per game. Dordt is coached by Brian Van Haften, while the Doane Tigers are coached by Ian McKeevan. The Dordt defenders decked out in their white jerseys, black numbers and lettering trimmed in gold. The Tigers, orange and orange, with black numbers trimmed out in white. Doane is moving from left to right as we start today's contest. And our men's game set to begin right now. Opening tap tossed up by Doug Vatava, and Doane controls the opening tip. Tigers for the basketball. Pass comes out front. This is Johnston. Johnston gives it up on the left elbow. That's Caleb Hrebeck. Hrebeck dumps it down into the post. Spin move by Wilson. Wilson, jump hook, shot no good. Gets his own rebound back. Shot is up and good. So Jack Wilson with the putback, and the Dordt defenders trail 2-0. 2-0 our score. Pass goes left side. This is Fairclaw. Fairclaw out front. Dump it down into Lorenzen. Squares up on the block. Lucas Lorenzen fading away from 10. No good. Rebound cleared by Hrebeck. Hrebeck hands it back off left side to Ben Renshaw. Renshaw will bring it up against Kopic. Pass goes left side. This is River Johnston. Johnston, 6'2 freshman. Pass to Hrebeck. Hrebeck gives it up to Renshaw. Renshaw into the paint. Kick out pass. Hrebeck. Hrebeck, 3. Missed. No good. And the rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen up the floor. It goes to Fairclaw. Fairclaw into the paint. And Ben shot off the heel too strong, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Doane. Doane with the basketball. They're content to walk it up the floor. Renshaw passes right side to Tim. Tim gives it up to Johnston in between the circles. Driving left-hand side, picks up his dribble. Doane playing with a 2-0 lead, 90 seconds into this contest. Doane with the basketball. Tim driving right side, nothing there. Cut off Lorenzen. Lob it down low, mismatch. They throw it. And off of the glass, Hrebeck with the 2-point bucket, and Doane leads 4-0. Dordt still looking for the first points of the game after erupting for 113 points on Saturday. With the basketball, Fairclaw to Lorenzen. Lorenzen on the left wing. He puts up a 3 and splashes it in. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3, and the Dordt defenders trail 4-3. 4-3 our score. Tiger basketball, left-hand side, Johnston. Johnston averaging 11 points per game, goes to Tim. Tim to Hrebeck. Hrebeck, left side. Closed out on Renshaw. Renshaw dumps it down into the post. Jump hook in the paint is up and good for Jack Wilson. Wilson with 4. Doane leads 5-3. With the basketball, Rankin. Rankin wants to run the break. Nothing there that time. Lorenzen with it. Lorenzen will drive in off of the glass with the right hand. Good. Lucas Lorenzen with 5, and the Dordt defenders trail 6-5. 6-5 our score. Defenders down 1. Defenders on defense. Tim, jumper, no good. Rebound, Fairclaw. Fairclaw stakes out some territory. Right side pass to Milliken. Milliken driving in, and Milliken is fouled from behind. Foul's going to go on the Doane Tigers. That's going to go on Ben Renshaw. Renshaw was beaten on defense. He commits the foul to prevent the easy lay-in. And now Connor Milliken will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He hit the floor kind of hard that time. 6-6 our score as Milliken makes his first free throw. He's got another one on the way. Second one is up and good, and Dordt grabs their first lead at 7-6. Milliken is a 78% free throw shooter. Bringing the basketball up will be Brady Tim. Tim across the timeline. Tim on the right-hand side, guarded by Rankin. Now Fairclaw will guard him, and now we've got a switch, so let's see what Tim does here. Tim drives the lane, tipped by Fairclaw. Tim now trying to take Fairclaw off the bounce. Shot blocked by Fairclaw. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Here comes Dordt on the break. Lorenzen hesitates, splits the defense, fires at Kopic. Kopic intended for Rankin, right idea, but closing fast from behind was Brady Tim. And Tim breaks it up and brings it back the other way on the turnover. So both teams unable to convert on those offensive possessions. Pass comes out front. Johnston, three, good. River Johnston with the three-point basket. We have a timeout on the floor. Charge to the Doane Tigers. Tigers call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 30 seconds.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
9-7, Dordt trailing the Doane Tigers as we resume play. A reminder that our pregame and postgame shows are brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them, wirelessworld.com. Pass right side over to Lorenzen, three, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 8 first-half points, and the Dordt defenders take back the lead at 10-9. Two teams trading three-point baskets. Pass right side, Tim. Guarded by Rankin, throws it to Rabick. Rabick to Johnston. River Johnston down to the baseline. Gives it up. Shot no good in the paint. That's Jack Wilson, misses the shot in the paint. Pass comes back to Milliken. Milliken sidesteps a defensive player, tries to go up with it, and they're going to call a foul before the shooting motion. That's not very generous. I thought he was on the way up, but they say he was grabbed while still on the floor. Rankin will throw the ball in, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Luke with the basketball. Luke still looking, throws over the top, finds Lorenzen. Lucas for the basketball, driving in against Rabick, finishes with the right hand, 2-point bucket, good, and he's fouled. So 3-point play opportunity coming for Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen coming off a 23-point performance against the Briarcliff Chargers. Had 22 in the first meeting between these two teams. That seems so long ago already, not quite 2 months. Lucas Lorenzen makes the free throw, and the defenders extend their lead to 13-9. 13-9, Dordt with a lead, Doane with the basketball. The Dordt defenders off to a fast start, converting 4 of 6 of their field goal attempts. Now Doane answering with a 2-point bucket. And Brady Tim with that one. Dordt leads 13-11. Lorenzen with the basketball. Ball fake. Comes back over to Fairclaw. Right wing three. Good. Ben Fairclaw with an open look at a three. A rhythm three-pointer. And the Dordt defender lead is 16-11. Doane has used one timeout already. Pass comes right side. This is Tim. Tim with it on the wing, throws it down into the paint. Back to the basket is Wilson. Faces up now against Fairclaw. Now spins with his back to the basket. Fairclaw holding his ground. And we're going to have a travel called on Jack Wilson, the freshman from Manhattan, Kansas. So Wilson whistled for the turnover. Basketball back to the defenders. Dordt so far 3 for 3 on threes. 5 of 7 from the field. Doane Tigers 5 of 10 from the floor thus far. Dordt with the basketball. Lorenzen comes back over to Kopic. Kopic gives it up to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin ball fake. Free throw line jumper. 17-footer good. Luke Rankin with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defender lead is 18-11. 18-11 our score. Doane basketball. Renshaw goes left side back over to Johnston. Johnston looking down low. Instead goes into the corner back over to Renshaw. Renshaw not much of a scoring threat so far this year. 2.2 points per game. Johnston misses the three from the right wing. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Rankin for the basketball. Rankin back outside to Lorenzen. Long three, no good. First missed three of the day for the defenders. They're now 3 of 4. Dordt playing with a 7-point lead, 18-11. Tiger basketball, Brady Tim. Tim with it on the wing. Tim looking for someone to pass to, goes underneath. This is Rabick. Rabick back to the basket against Lorenzen. Rabick trying to bang his way down low, nothing there. Cut off by Lorenzen, holding his ground. 10 to shoot, driving in. Stopping, popping is Renshaw. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Rankin off to the races. Has a man open. Gives it up to Milliken. Milliken count the hoop, and he is fouled. Brady Tim picks up the personal foul, and that is number 2 on him. And he immediately looked over to the bench and said, I'm fine, I'm fine. Well, they're going to leave him in. 3 other players come in. We saw something similar on Wednesday night when Lucas Lorenzen picked up 2 early ones. And he said to Coach Van Haften, I'm fine, I can handle it. And he did. I don't know that he picked up another foul the rest of the way. Connor Milliken to the free throw line, shooting for the 3-point play. And Milliken makes it. 21-11. Connor Milliken with 5 first half points. Dordt leads 21-11, 6.5 minutes into the contest. So Dordt up 10. The defenders on an 8-0 run right now. Pass goes right side to Renshaw. Renshaw with it on the wing. Renshaw guarded by Milliken. Renshaw kicks it left side now to Sheldon. Cooper Sheldon with it. Cooper Sheldon into the paint. And puts it up off of the glass over the top of Jake Hargens. Cooper Sheldon with a 2-point bucket. It's 21-13. Driving in is Bryce Kopic. Kopic's shot no good over the top of the 6'11 player Matt Ademic. Pass comes back out front. Ben Renshaw. Renshaw with it. Renshaw, that last drive, looked like he extended his arm a bit, and Connor Milliken caught the business end of that one in the jaw. Shot no good from the perimeter. Rebound taken away by Renshaw. Renshaw back out front to Sheldon. Sheldon gives it up to Tim. Tim at the top of the key, guarded by Kopic. Dordt up by 8. 3-pointer on the way, missed no good. Rebound Ademic. Ademic gets it back outside. Ademic guarded by Lusher, extending the possession, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on the Dordt defenders. That's going to go on Connor Milliken. That's number 1 on him. So foul number 1 on Connor Milliken. Team foul number 1 on the defenders as well. Checking into the ballgame will be Shane Hogsma. Checking out will be Connor Milliken. Inbounding the basketball, Doane and Cam Binder. Binder gets it back out front to Brady Tim. Tim in traffic, shot blocked from behind, rebound taken away by the defenders. Here's Milliken. Milliken with the basketball. Tim wanted a foul call. Right side pass, it goes Hogsma. Hogsma with it, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona, gets the return pass. Hands it back over to Lusher. Lusher fumbles it, now has it at the top of the key. Right side, Vanessen. Ball fake. Ty will drive in. Ty Vanessen, head fake, gets it off of the glass, good. Vanessen coming off of a career high 12 points in a win on Wednesday over Briarcliff. He's averaging 4.7 points per game. Give it up to Binder. Binder back outside. Tim with the basketball, guarded by Kopic. Throws over to Sheldon. Cooper Sheldon with it. Cooper Sheldon back to Tim. Tim shot off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped by Hargens, controlled by the defenders. Here comes Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce has it, hesitates, drives in, flips it up with the right hand, no good. But there for the rebound is Jackson Lusher. Lusher with the putback of the missed shot. Dordt extends the lead 25-13. Defenders still around 65% from the floor. Doane has dropped to 35%. Tiger basketball, they throw it to Sheldon. Sheldon gives it up to Binder. Binder stolen away by Kopic. Kopic gets away. The player back was Brady Tim. He couldn't afford to play it aggressively. He's got 2 personal fouls already. Bryce Kopic with a 2-point bucket. And the Doane Tigers call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute. A reminder that Wireless World brings you our pregame and postgame shows all season long. Your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Doane basketball bringing it up as Binder. Kopic hassling him up the floor. Binder passes to Sheldon. Sheldon, left side, it goes Binder. Binder with it. Binder throws it left side. Hrebic. Hrebic into the paint against Vanessen. And Hrebic is going to be called for traveling. Turnover back to the defenders as Hrebic gets whistled for the travel. This is a relatively young team for the Tigers. Renshaw and Tim juniors. Johnston and Wilson are freshmen. Cooper Sheldon is a senior. Hogsma high post. Vanessen, Hargens. Hargens back to Vanessen. Vanessen layup good. He's got 4. 29-13. The defenders right now on a 16-2 run. It was 13-11 at one point. 9:55 left to go first half. A fast-moving first half of basketball. Left side pass, Nick Size. Size with it on the wing. Size has it poked away by Hargens. Picks it back up, gets it over to Sheldon. Cooper Sheldon with it. Sheldon against Lusher. Layup no good, but a foul on the play called on Jackson Lusher. A little bit of a late call, and if you are familiar with my broadcast, you know that one of the observations I make, if that shot goes in, I don't think the foul gets called. The shot didn't go in, so that leads to the late whistle, and Cooper Sheldon goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. 29-14, so that stops the run at 6 in a row for the defenders. Second free throw on the way. (29-14) now, and it stays 29-14 as Cooper Sheldon, a 71% free throw shooter, makes 1 of 2. With the basketball out front, Fairclough, Lorenzen back to Fairclough. Fairclough off of the glass, muscles it up. Ben Fairclough with 5. Dordt extends the lead to 31-14. This is the start of a busy stretch for the defenders. 3 straight road games coming up after today and over the next 10 days or so. Left side pass, Size. Size puts it on the floor. Bounce pass down low to Hrebic. Hrebic back to Size. Size against Lorenzen. Shot at the rim, no good. Bothered by Fairclough, and then Size grabs the rebound, but he hadn't established himself in bounds yet on the baseline. So he catches it out of bounds in effect. Turnover, Doane. Dordt with the basketball. The defenders for the basketball, Rankin on the left-hand side, looking to direct traffic. He picks up his dribble, comes out front, Fairclough, Lusher gives it up, Lorenzen against Size. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lucas picks up his dribble, comes back over to Fairclough, 8 to shoot. Rankin with it, left elbow, 17-footer off the front iron, no good. Rebound taken away by Size. It's just the 5th miss by the defenders, 6th miss by the defenders so far today. 8:20 and counting first half. On the right-hand side is Johnston. Johnston looking for the pass down low. Johnston, short shot in the paint, rattles it around and drops it through. River Johnston with 5 points, and the defender lead is 31-16. Lorenzen, they bring the double team, throws back over to Fairclough, short corner, Lusher, left-hand side. Underneath it goes Hargens. Hargens wide open, bucket good. Jackson Lusher, things didn't get too fast for him. He just hesitated, saw what was there, and threw it to a wide open Jake Hargens for his first 2 points today. 8 players have scored already for the defenders today. And the pass down into the paint to Jack Wilson. Wilson is fouled from behind by Ben Fairclough. Fairclough reached over the top to try to knock that one away. Didn't get around to front the post. And it's 33-16. Throwing the ball in right side of the lane as we face the hoop will be Ben Renshaw. Renshaw to Size. Size on the right side. Size comes back over to Wilson. Wilson, 3, good. Jack Wilson with 7 first half points. That's his season average. 33-19. He's averaging 6.8 points per game. Lucas Lorenzen, 3, no good. Long rebound, Renshaw. Renshaw off and running. That was a long 3 from the left wing. Renshaw stops, pops, 3, no good. Rebound, Rankin. Dordt on the run. Fast break opportunity, and Fairclough has it dribbled off of his hands. A Doane Tiger player touched it last, though. And it will be Dordt basketball. Luke Rankin to throw it in. Rankin triggering. And Luke gets it into Hargens. Back out front, Fairclough. Top of the key, 3. Good. Ben Fairclough with 8. He's averaging 6.3 points per game. And the defenders lead 36-19. Fairclough will present some matchup problems for the Tigers simply because their post players a little more traditional in terms of back to the basket players, and defending the perimeter may be more of a challenge. Missed 3 from the corner by River Johnston. Here comes Dordt on the fly. Rankin's pass is tipped, taken back by Doane. Doane up and running. Johnston shot over the top of Fairclough. No good. Rebound, stole it away. Hargan snaps it ahead for Rankin. Rankin layup good. Luke Rankin that time on the receiving end of an assist from Jake Hargens. And the Dordt lead is 38-19. Right-hand side, Johnston. 6:16 left to go in the first half. Cooper Sheldon goes right side. Renshaw dumps it down into the paint. Wilson puts it up, blocked again by the defenders in Fairclough. Ben Fairclough with another blocked shot. He's got at least 3. Ball tipped out of bounds in the front court. Last touch by Doane. It'll be Dordt basketball. Kopic and Milliken check in. Hargens and Lusher check out. Adamick checks in for the Tigers. Jack Wilson will throw it in. He'll check in. Kopic throws it in from in front of the Doane bench. Right side it goes to Rankin. Rankin over the basketball. Rankin caught up in the air, throws it off of the back of a player turnover. Here comes Adamick. Adamick gave it up to Tim. Brady Tim, Cooper Sheldon, right side 3 on the way. Short, no good. Rebound taken away by Rankin. Rankin bounce pass ahead to Lorenzen. Euro step off of the glass, good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders, once they get the ball secured, it is off to the races. You better be retreating quickly. That was something Hastings did on Saturday last week very well. They surrendered rebounds basically on the offensive end, and they just simply weren't going to get beat on the other end. Ben Renshaw, scoop shot on the other end. Dordt back up by 19, 40-21. Fairclough, left side it goes to Milliken. Milliken stripped on the way up. Ben Renshaw with a steal. Here comes Brady Tim. Tim stops, misses the short shot underneath. Cooper Sheldon with the miss, and now foul from behind called on Connor Milliken as the Doane Tigers miss 2 from point-blank range. They will say that the foul came on the floor, so it'll be an out-of-bounds play for the Tigers. And we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout charged to Dordt with 4:50 left to play in the half. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
The Dordt defenders with a 40-21 lead. 4:50 left to go in the first half. Tigers inbounding right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Brady Tim to trigger it in. He gets it into Sheldon. Sheldon gives it up to Adamek. Adamek. And a foul called on the perimeter. That's going to be against Luke Rankin. That's his first. Team foul number 5 now against the defenders. One more foul to give before the Tigers go to the bonus. Left-hand side, it goes Moran. Moran back out front. Nothing there for Tim. Tim gets the return pass. Rankin guarding him. Tim down to the baseline. Tim's pass taken away. Rankin. Rankin for the basketball. Doesn't have the numbers. Let's traffic clear. Trailer Lorenzen. 3. Good. Lucas Lorenzen with the long triple, and the Dordt defender lead is 43-21. Lorenzen with 16 first half points. Pass down to the block. Cooper Sheldon. Now to Adamek. Adamek, baseline jumper, missed it, no good. Rebound deflected, and offensive rebound for Ben Renshaw. Dordt by 22. Brady Tim with the basketball in between the circles. Tim goes to Sheldon. Sheldon, pass left side, 3 on the way, missed, no good. A rebound taken away by Lorenzen, and he is fouled on the rebound by Ben Renshaw. That's number 2 on him. Doane Tigers so far in this one, 9 of 28 from the floor, 32%, 2 for 9 on threes, so make that 2 for 10 for 20%. The defenders making 71% of their shots from the floor thus far. Luke Rankin for the basketball. Rankin gets it back outside. Connor Milliken. Milliken to Kopic. Kopic with it in between the circles, gives it up Vanessen. Vanessen back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, no good. Tap by Vanessen. Vanessen to Milliken, and Milliken is fouled on the play by Adamek. Adamek called for the personal, his first. And Connor Milliken will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Milliken with 5 first half points, and he's shooting 2 here. Free throw is up by Connor, in and out, no good. Another one on the way. Milliken has now shot, this will be his 54th free throw this season. He's made 41 up to this point and makes that one. So Milliken 1 of 2. Dordt extends the lead 44-21. The defenders on a 31-10 run since it was 13-11. 3:20 remaining first half. Left-hand side, Tim. Brady Tim guarded there by Rankin. Pass out front. Hrebic. Hrebic gives it up to Moran. Moran with the basketball. Moran picks it up, 8 to shoot. Comes back outside to Binder. Binder, 12-footer, missed, no good. Rebound Hrebic. Hrebic in traffic, and he's going to be called for traveling. Turnover by the Tigers. That's their 5th turnover. (44-21) defenders by 23. Pass goes out front. Milliken, Vanessen. Vanessen in between. He's at the top of the key. Comes back. Now Vanessen gets the return pass. Vanessen into the corner. Kopic. Kopic declines the ball screen. Now gets another one. No, he's got her on the wing. 9 to shoot. Back it goes Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin puts it up off the glass. Good. Tough shot. Luke Rankin falling away. The 2-point bucket. Dordt extends the lead 46-21. 46-21, Dordt by 25. The lead continuing to grow for the defenders right now. Pass goes down low with the basketball. Back to the basket is Hrebic. Hrebic with it. Hrebic in the paint. Hrebic, nothing there. Kick out pass, Tim. Tim driving in. Tim with the right hand. 2-point bucket, good. Brady Tim with his first field goal of the day. Dordt beats it the other way, though. And a run out by Bryce Kopic. And the Dordt defenders lead at 48-23. Bryce Kopic with another 2. Dordt still up by 25. 1:48 remaining. First half of basketball. Fast moving first half. Brady Tim drops it inside for Rabick. Rabick with a 2-point bucket. Caleb Rabick makes it 48-25 defenders. 48-25 Dordt. Rankin back out front. Lorenzen straight on 3. Lifted short. No good. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the defenders. It will be Dordt basketball. It'll be Doane basketball. For Lorenzen, he is 3 of 7 from the three-point arc, 6 of 11 from the field. He's got 16 first-half points. Tigers with a chance to bring it back to 20 here with 1:15 left to go in the half. Wilson has it out front. Wilson goes left side. 3 on the way. Good. 3-point bucket by Guy Moran. Dordt leads 48-28. 1 minute remaining first half. Back out front, Vanessen. Vanessen answering with a 3. Ty Vanessen with 7. And the defender lead is 51-28. So Dordt will get the ball back, or should have a chance to get the ball back now. Tigers with it. They go high post. This is Adamek. Adamek back to the basket. Working against Vanessen. Vanessen trying to hold his ground. Adamek with the left hand. Good. Matt Adamek with the 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 51-30. 51-30 defenders. 6-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Rankin has the ball out front. Luke with the ball. Luke looking, still looking. 16 seconds, now 15, 8 to shoot. Rankin with it, gets around his man, lays it up with the left hand, good. Luke Rankin with 8 points, and the defender lead is 53-30. 4 seconds left. Shot on the way, 3-pointer missed, no good. Rebound to Lorenzen, and that's the end of the first half. Our score, Dordt 53, the Doane Tigers 30 in men's GPAC basketball. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 3 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, and as part of the 50-year celebration of Dordt women's basketball, and it's 50 years, a little bit more when you start to factor in when they weren't recognized as a varsity team. And right now you're seeing on the floor several of the players from the early 2000s and Coach Glenn Bauma. And then you also have Len Rhoda. You've got Craig Steensma here. He's a former coach as well, and several former coaches as part of that. So that's what you're seeing on the screen right now, and we thank all of those alumni for coming back and making this weekend a special weekend as they rekindle some friendships and as they also look forward to maybe some new friendships formed through all of this. The Dordt Defender men leading 53-30 at halftime of this Great Plains Athletic Conference men's contest. The Defenders led in scoring by Lucas Lorenzen, 16 points, while the Doane Tigers, topped by Jack Wilson's 7 points. They're on the floor right now. You see Len Rhoda, a longtime head coach. And he guided that team from the late 70s until around the year 2000. And now you're going to see Marion Van Zolen, a longtime fixture at Dordt University, making his way out onto the court as well. And he was the women's basketball coach. Wore a lot of hats for Dordt University back in what was really the early stages of this institution, and great to see Marion back on campus as well and joined by some of his former players, and that's who you're seeing on the court right now. In this men's game, the Defenders trailed 6-3 and again 9-7. From that point on, though, it's been all Dordt. Dordt was actually up 13-11 at one point. From that point on, they went on a 40-19 run to close the half, and they lead at halftime by a score of 53-30. 53-30, the Dordt Defenders leading at halftime. Men's basketball. Our women's game will get started at about 3:45 this afternoon, so that's what we're planning on there. We're at halftime right now of the men's contest and working to get that full group of alumni and former coaches on the court for some photo opportunities. And again, we thank all of those people for making the effort to get back to campus, and we appreciate it greatly. Let's take a 3-minute break, and then when we're back, we'll take a look at the highlights and the box score at halftime. 3-minute break. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym right after this.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at GermanFarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
All right, let's go ahead and run the People's Bank highlights, and we will also take a look at the box score at the same time. And it was off to the races for the defenders today. Connor Milliken early got a field goal, got fouled. He's got 6 points at halftime. Doane attempted to counter with their post play, and they rely pretty heavily on many points coming from their post. Brady Tim is their leading scorer, but they rely on their post to score those 7 to 10 points per ball game. Brady Tim held in check, though. He had just one field goal in the first half. Luke Rankin got free for 4 field goals. He's got 8 points. And the Dordt defenders lead it 53-30 at halftime. The defenders from the floor, 21 of 30, 70%, 6 for 10 on threes, 60%, 5 of 6 on free throws, 83%. The Tigers, 13 of 36 from the floor, 36%, 5 for 12 on, 3 for 12 from the three-point line for 25%, 1 of 2 on free throws, 50%. The defenders, a 19-15 rebounding edge. Turnovers, Doane had 5, Dordt had 4. Individually for the Dordt defenders, 16 points for Lucas Lorenzen with 6 rebounds. 8 points for Ben Fairclaw. He also had 3 block shots. 8 points for Luke Rankin. He had 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Doing what Luke Rankin does. Connor Milliken, 6 points, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Bryce Kopic, 4 points. 7 points for Ty Vanessen. Jake Hargans and Jackson Lusher, a couple of points apiece. And Jake Hargans also has 3 assists. For the Tigers, they are led by Jack Wilson, 7 points, 5 for River Johnston, 4 each for Brady Tim and Caleb Rabick, 2 for Renshaw, 3 for Sheldon, 3 for Moran, 2 for Adamek. They're led in rebounding by Renshaw with 4, and Cooper Sheldon has 3 rebounds. For the defenders, 6 rebounds for Lorenzen to lead the way. Rankin has 5 rebounds. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of the scores around the league and the start of the second half right after this 2-minute timeout. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8. Basketball, and at halftime we find Northwestern leading Hastings 46-33. College of St. Mary trails Morningside 41-24. And Mount Marty and Briar Cliff are in action, and Briar Cliff leads Mount Marty in women's play 44-23. We're at halftime. Men's basketball. We'll play the women's contest second today. The men getting the early start today. 53-30. The defenders by 23. Also happening this weekend, it's the beginning of crossover season where we begin to look forward to the spring schedule. Cheer and Dance had a competition yesterday at Midland, finished third on both sides there. They're competing at Doane today. Track and field, the men's 4x800 meter relay team ran at South Dakota State yesterday. They qualify for the NAI National Championship with their performance yesterday, and they will. The women also ran. They didn't hit qualifying standards. More track and field competitors are at Buena Vista today. Hockey victorious yesterday over Creighton. And they're playing again today. Actually, that one began at 12, so I'll find out how that one is going. And Dordt picks up where they left off. A 2-point bucket by Ben Fairclough. Bryce Kopic with an assist. Dordt extends the lead back to 25, 55-30. With the pass right side. 3 up and down. 3-point basket by Rabeck. He's got 7. And the defender lead is 55-33. Pass out front to Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it up to Fairclough. Fairclough, right side Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Kopic with the basketball, leaning his way in. Fouled from behind on the help defense by Jack Wilson. That's going to be number 1 on Wilson. So the defenders with a 22-point lead, getting their first bucket off an assist from Bryce Kopic, and the basket by Ben Fairclough. I alluded to it earlier, the beginning of a busy stretch for the defenders. Fairclough with the ball fake out front, puts it on the deck, and Fairclough with 12 points as he goes to the rim and gets the 2-point bucket, 57-33. He ties a season high with 12 points. Lob pass down low to Wilson. Wilson against Fairclough, off of the glass, no good with the right hand. Rebound taken away. Here comes Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin driving in, kicks it out to the trailer. Fairclough, 3, good. Ben Fairclough with 15 points, and the lead blows up to 60-33. Ben Fairclough now a career high 15 points. Right side, Brady Tim, jumper no good, rebound tapped out. Rankin off to the races, doesn't have the jailbreak, now puts on the Jets. Kicks it back over to Fairclough, and it's tapped away out of bounds by Doane. It'll be Dordt basketball. Well, Ben Fairclough, the junior from Perth, Australia, taking advantage of the matchup, putting the ball on the deck, getting some threes as well. He's a tough matchup for the Tigers. Pass comes back right side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen spin move into the lane. His shot no good, but he's fouled on the play. Tiger foul called on number 4, Caleb Hrebeck. Hrebeck whistled for foul number 1. Dordt leading 60-33. Lucas Lorenzen to the free throw line. It's up and good. He's got another one on the way, 17 currently, and the Tigers want a timeout. Ian McKeithen's seen enough, wants to talk things over. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Another free throw on the way for Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen, a sophomore from Milford Okoboji. And Lucas is working his way up the all-time scoring list, closing in on 900 career points, makes the free throw. And the Dordt defenders with a 62-33 lead. The defenders, much like Wednesday, I should say, taking the suspense out of this one early on. And now a turnover by the Tigers, and Dordt gets it back. 62-33 defenders, 18 points for Lucas Lorenzen. And I'm going to take a look and find those career numbers. Pass goes over to Fairclough. Fairclough had a man backdoor cut. Instead, throws it out to the perimeter, back to Kopic. Kopic, three-pointer, right side, good. Bryce Kopic with 7 points. And things going pretty free and easy for the defenders right now, 65-33. 8 of 12 are the defenders from the three-point arc. Lucas Lorenzen entered the game with 871 career points. Not sure he'll get to 900 today. Lorenzen with a steal on the other end. Puts it up, right hand, good. Keeps doing that, though he will. He's got 20. And the defender lead expands to 67-33. 14-3 run by the defenders to start the second half. They're 5 of 5 from the floor, including 2 three-pointers. Left-hand side of the basketball is Johnston. Johnston, 3, good. River Johnston with 8, and the Dordt lead is 67-36. Steal on the other end by the Tigers. Here they come. Brady Tim. Tim, 17-footer, up good. Brady Tim with a 2-point bucket. He's got 4, and the defender lead is 67-38. 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the second half. Pass comes out front, right side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lorenzen, Milliken, extra pass, Rankin through the lane pass. Kopic. Kopic, shot no good, but a foul on the play. Jack Wilson called for the foul on the play. And there you have that similar play, as I said in the first half. I am convinced sometimes those situations, you wait to see if the ball goes in or not. If it doesn't, that's when the foul call comes, and I think that leads to the late whistle. Bryce Kopic, first free throw, good. He's got another one on the way. 8 points for Bryce. 68-38, pending another free throw. So career numbers, Luke Rankin, he's closing in on 500 career assists as well. Kopic makes both free throws. 69-38, defenders leading. Bryce Kopic closing in on 1,800 career points. Shot on the other end, Ben Renshaw, he's got 4. And the defender lead is 69-40. Rankin of the basketball comes back to Lorenzen. 3 off the mark, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Brady Tim. Tim with the basketball. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. Pass comes out front. Ball is tipped by and intended for Jack Wilson. And it goes out of bounds, last touched by Dordt. It'll be Doane basketball. Brady Tim to throw it in. Tim throwing it in front of the Tiger bench to the left of the scorer's table as you sit behind it. With it left-hand side, right-hand side, Renshaw. Renshaw puts it on the deck, bounces it down low, tipped away by Kopic. Here comes Rankin. He does not have the numbers. Spin move, Rankin fires it back over to Milliken. Milliken rattles it down. Connor Milliken with 9, and the Dordt lead 66-40 for Connor Milliken, his first three-pointer. He's got 9. Lucas Lorenzen leading the way with 20. Cooper Sheldon with the basketball, back to Renshaw. Right side pass, 3, no good. Rebound Kopic fires it over to Rankin. Rankin off to the races. Luke with the basketball, the trailer Fairclough. Fairclough hands it back to Milliken. Milliken with it, comes back to Rankin. Rankin on the wing. 19 to shoot. Rankin has it, fires it back out front and turned it over. Got a little loose with it that time. Tried to fire it back out front. Did not have a good angle on the pass back to Lucas Lorenzen. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Dordt defenders. It'll be Doane basketball. Xavier Van Beek checks into the game. Dordt going with a line change here. Van Beek, Hargens, Hogsma, Van Essen, and Lusher on the floor. Tigers inbounding the basketball, down 32. They throw the ball in to Matt Ademic. Ademic working against Van Essen. Pass comes out front with it on the left-hand side. Renshaw. Renshaw on the wing. Renshaw with the basketball back over to Johnston. Johnston with it, 5 to shoot. Johnston against Hargens. Puts it up, muscles it up. Shot no good. Rebound Johnston, and Johnston is fouled on the putback attempt. So River Johnston, averaging 11.4 points per game, will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. 6'2" freshman from North Platte. First one on the way, good. He's got another one on the way. He's got 9 points. 72-41 pending another free throw. This one's up, and that one's short, no good. A rebound taken away by Van Essen. 72-41 defenders, 14:30 left to play. Left side pass, Hargens. Hargens gives it up, Van Essen. Van Essen with the basketball. Van Essen goes to Hogsma. Hogsma's pass deflected, taken back by Van Beek. Van Beek hands it off to Lusher, 10 to shoot for the defenders. Jackson picks up his dribble, comes back over to Van Beek. Van Beek with it, 5 to shoot. And Van Beek shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Renshaw. That's his third. Xavier Van Beek will go to the free throw line. Xavier prepped at Sioux Falls Christian. He's appeared in 14 games now, averaging 1 point per game. Free throw by Van Beek is up and through. Second free throw for Van Beek. Where's number 15? Second free throw is up and good as well. 2 points for Van Beek. And the defenders extend their lead to 74-41. 74-41, 6 minutes into the second half. On the right-hand side, Tim to Sheldon. Sheldon, top of the key, 3. Rolls it off, no good, but a foul on the play called on Ty Van Essen. Van Essen's going to be called for a hold on the play. 74-41. And Brady Tim throwing it in left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Pass comes in to Johnston. Johnston driving the lane, picked up by Sheldon. Sheldon shot no good. Rebound deflected off, and it goes down on the floor. And a foul on the play called against Ty Van Essen. I believe that's number 2 on Ty. Double check against the scorekeeper, and it is. Throwing the ball in will be River Johnston. River with the basketball. River has it on the left-hand side. He'll put up a 3, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Hargens. Hargens sidesteps Tim, gets it away Hogsma. Hogsma with the basketball. Hogsma trying to feed it underneath for Van Essen and out of his reach. Foul, and the defenders turn it over on the other end. 7th turnover against the defenders today. With it on the left-hand side, River Johnston. Johnston goes over to Tim. Tim with it on the wing, working against Hogsma. Layup with the right hand, good for Brady Tim. Tim with 6. 74-43 defenders. Van Beek to Vanessen. Vanessen to Lusher. Lusher right-hand side, Hargens. Hargens gives it up, Lusher. Lusher back to Vanessen. Back to Hargens. Hargens, Van Beek. Van Beek looking down low. Instead, he's going to put up a 3 and hits it. Xavier Van Beek with 5 points, and the defenders lead 77-43. Well, this is a unit that we don't see playing together very often. With the left hand, shot no good. Johnston, rebound by Adamick. Adamick with the putback. Matt Adamick with 4. And the defender lead is 77-45. Van Beek hands it back over to Lusher. Lusher to Vanessen. Vanessen, Hogsma. Hogsma to Lusher. Lusher back outside. Vanessen. Vanessen 3. Good. Ty Vanessen with the 3. He's got 10, so he's following up that career high 12-point performance with a 3-point basket. The defenders 11 of 16 now from the 3-point line, 70%. And Matt Adamick is going to be called for a charge, going over the top of Ty Vanessen that time. Adamick looked like he got the momentum, got going to the hoop. Vanessen was in his way and lowered the shoulder, and the charging call is made. An offensive foul. Back we go the other way. Dordt basketball. Xavier Van Beek bringing the ball up. He goes over to Hogsma. Hogsma to Lusher. Lusher with it on the wing. Lusher to Vanessen. Vanessen, Hogsma. Hogsma kicks it left corner. Van Beek. Van Beek 3. Good. Xavier Van Beek with 8 points, and the defenders extend the lead 83-45. So this group that normally doesn't play together, extending the lead. Help defense poked away from Vanessen by the post-entry pass. Left side it goes Hogsma. Hogsma to Vanessen. Vanessen calling for a ball screen. Instead hands it off to Hargens. Hargens back out front. It comes Lusher. 18 to shoot. Right side pass Vanessen. Vanessen for the basketball, posting up Lusher. Lusher working back to that, working it into the lane. Hargens 3, no good. Rebound deflected. Hogsma picks it back up over to Hargens. Hargens with the right hand lays it up good. Jake Hargens with 4 points. Dordt leads 85-45. Here in the second half, the defenders 10 of 12 from the floor for 83%. They shot 70% in the first half. Shot in the paint, no good by Adamick. Rebound taken away by Lusher. Dordt by 40. Right-hand pass, Hargens. Hargens, Hogsma. Hogsma driving in, dumps it off for Vanessen. Vanessen shot good. Count the hoop, and he is fouled. 12 for the defenders, Ty Vanessen, and a chance at the three-point play. 87-45, defenders by 42. Coming up next week, Dordt's on the road to Mount Marty on Wednesday, and Fremont to face Midland on Saturday. Free throw by Vanessen is good. He's got 13. That's a new career high for him, and the defenders lead 88-45. Doane has been outscored here in the second half, 35-15. Shot from the perimeter, no good. Rebound, Size. Size put back good. Nick Size with a 2-point bucket. And the Dordt defender lead is 88-47. 88-47, defenders leading. 10-16 left to go in the contest. Timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
One of the things that we appreciate most about Dordt University is just the sense of community. That community of alumni, of the professors, the college campus in itself is really what supports the students that are there at the time. The Dordt alumni are all over the U.S., even the world, and you know, it's 4 years that they get to be on campus, which is a wonderful chapter of their life. But I guess the thing that we really want is that they can hold on that for a whole lifetime.
88-47, Dordt by 41. Into the front court is Hogsma, goes to Ty Van Essen. Van Essen on the elbow, comes back to Van Beek. Van Beek, three, good. Xavier Van Beek, pretty free and easy for that junior. He's got 11 points, and the defender lead is 91-47. Van Beek, 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Dordt is a team, 13 of 19. Hogsma is going to be called for a foul before Brady Tim takes the shot. The defenders leading 91-47 with 9:49 still to play in this second half. Throwing the ball in is Doane. They get it to Nick Size. Size goes right-hand side. Moran with it on the wing. Moran into the paint. Kick out pass. Tim. Brady Tim with it. Tim guarded by Hogsma. Cut off. Hargens holding his ground. Shot no good. Rebound deflected. Picked up. Here comes Hargens. Hargens with the basketball. Hargens back to Lusher. Lusher's going to drive in. Puts it up too strong with the right hand, but a foul on the play. And that foul called on Cooper Sheldon. That's number 1 on him. Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 points. So Xavier Van Beek and Ty Van Essen, they've got double figures. Van Essen has 13. Xavier Van Beek has 11. Defenders right now running away with this one, 91-47. This is a Doane team that has struggled in conference play, allowing 85 points per game. Today they've given up 92 through 31 minutes. Jackson Lusher with 3 points. Pass goes to Sheldon. Sheldon on the wing, down to the block, working against Hargens. Sheldon off of the glass, good. Hargens called for the personal foul. It's foul number 1 on him. Cooper Sheldon will go to the free throw line for the three-point play opportunity. For the Tigers, that is their first bucket in a while. 92-50 our scores. He makes the free throw, does Cooper Sheldon. Van Beek to Hargens. Hargens, Hogsma. Left side it goes to Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher to Van Beek. Van Beek driving in. Head fake. Gets it off the glass. Count the hoop, and he is fouled. Xavier Van Beek having one of those nights. Gets the hoop to go. He is fouled. Foul called on Brady Tim is his third. And Van Beek 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Those were his first 2 free throw shot this season. And he now has 3 made free throws. And Van Beek has 14 points. 95-50 defenders. 8:45 and counting. Size will put up a 3, missed it, no good. Rebound deflected, picked up by Lusher. Lusher with the basketball, gets it ahead to Hargens. Hargens over the top, Van Essen. Van Essen shot blocked, but a foul on the play called on Guy Moran. And more free throws on the way. This one, these coming for Ty Van Essen. That's already foul number 9 against the Tigers in this half, so we could be here a little while yet. And this might be the earliest I've said this, but it's over. It's just not done yet. Dordt leading 96-50. Ty Van Essen makes the free throw. He's got another one coming. While the defenders erupted for 113 points on Wednesday night. And they are in position to score that many again tonight unless something changes quickly. Ty Van Essen makes both free throws. He's got 15. On the other end, 3 no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. It's a jailbreak. Hargens back to Van Essen. Van Essen layup good. Ty Van Essen with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 99-50. With it on the right-hand side, this is Moran. Moran goes into the corner. Tim with the basketball. Hrebeck back to Tim. Tim deep in the corner. Tim with the basketball. Tim pull-up jumper, high archer, good. Brady Tim with a 2-point bucket. He's got 8. Dordt leads 99-52. 7:45 and counting. Ball game. Hogsma with it. Dordt by 47. Dordt led 53-30 at halftime. Van Beek to Hargens. Hargens to Lusher. Lusher back to the basket. Jackson trying to work his way in. A little hook shot, no good. Rebound offensive taken away by Hargens. Hargens fires it back over to Van Beek. Van Beek right side, Hogsma. Hogsma, reverse layup. Shot no good, but he hits the floor hard. Here comes Cooper Sheldon. Sheldon left side, Size. Size down to the baseline. Size, baseline jumper, good. Nick Size with 4. Dordt leads 99-54. Pass into the front court, tipped away by the Tigers and Guy Moran. And the Dordt defenders will send more new players into the game. Timeout on the floor, charged to the defenders. This will be a 30-second timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
I got a plane ticket and I came out and visited on my own. Got to meet professors and I loved it. And then talked to my parents and said I really wanted this. I got to be at a school that is well over 800 miles away from my home. And I'm at a very different place and getting introduced to all kinds of different opportunities. I have gotten to hold bees in my environmental science class and see broken kettle grass plants. I'm getting to meet all kinds of people from all different places. I'm learning so much here.
In for the Dordt defenders, Tyler Prinz, Dylan Skop, Caden McLaughlin, Tyson Bohr, and Ben Loverud on the floor for the defenders with 6:50 remaining. Left side pass, McLaughlin. McLaughlin with a three-point bucket. So Caden McLaughlin with the 3, coming in cold off of the bench. 102-54 defenders. 6:35 remaining. 3, no good by Hrebeck. Rebound taken away by Bohr. Gets it ahead to Prinz. Prinz with the basketball. Faces it back over to Loverud, and Loverud's going to be called for traveling. Ben Loverud whistled for the travel violation. It'll be Tiger basketball. So new players checking in for Doane. This will be Roos, Binder, Johnston, Adamick, and Moran. Roos passes to Johnston. Johnston guarded by Loverud. Left side pass comes back to Adamick. Adamick guarded there by Skop. Pass it down into the block. Working his way in as Adamick. Adamick, 2-point bucket, good, and he's fouled on the play. He'll go to the free throw line for the 3-point play opportunity. 102-56 defenders. So Adamick with 6 points, trying for 7 here. And the 3-point play for Adamick. 102-57 defenders. Well, earlier today, the Dordt Defender hockey team victorious. Been a while since they have lost. 3, no good by McLaughlin. And the rebound is cleared by Doane. Doane basketball. Pass comes right side. 3, missed, no good by Roos. Chases down his own rebound, takes it into the paint, and he is fouled on the play. Foul called on Dylan Skop. So the hockey team victorious earlier today, 7-5. That goes with their 10-3 win last night. And the defenders will now await their postseason assignment in conference play. They're now 19-3. They have not lost since Missouri State got them back on October 7 by a 4-2 score. Driving the other way is Prinz. Prinz shot, missed it, no good. Rebound cleared by Adamick. 102-59 defenders. 3-pointer on the other end, no good. Rebound tapped, Roos picks it up, passes it back over to Moran. Moran over the basketball. Well, the busy stretch coming up for the defenders, and taking the opportunity, they're able to extend their rotation today. 2 games on the road. Next 3-pointer on the way by Bohr. Bohr shot is good. Tyson Bohr with the 3. 105-59. The Defenders with 2 road games next Wednesday and Saturday. And then they will play Concordia on the road in Seward 1 week from Monday, February the 5th. And then they return home for some games the following week. So if you're going to extend the bench, extend the rotation, today's a good day to do it. Save the legs a little bit with a busy next 10 days coming. Cam Binder with a 3-point bucket, 105-62 Defenders. 4:40 and counting. Prinz, nothing there, comes back out front. This is Skop. Skop gives it up, gets the return pass now. Dillon shot in the lane, no good. The freshman from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Left side pass, Moran. Moran 3, good. Guy Moran with 6, and it's 105-65 Defenders. 4:15 and counting. Skop with it on the wing, looking for the pass down low. They throw it down to the block, short corner. Kick out pass, cross court, and it's taken back by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Tigers bringing it up. Nothing there. Goes right side. This is Roos. Roos 3, good. Carter Roos with the 3-point basket. And the Dordt Defenders with the basketball. Comes over to Skop. Skop on the right elbow. Dillon going to work in the paint. Fading away from 10. Missed it. No good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Tiger basketball. Right side Johnston. Johnston driving in. His layup with the right hand. Good. River Johnston with 11. And the Dordt lead is 105-67. 105-67. Prinz driving in, trying to feed it underneath for Ben Leverud. It's taken back. Will Syons in the ball game for the Defenders. Also on the floor, Noah D'Arcy. Skop will check out of the ball game. Leverud will check out. 105-70 Defenders. Defenders taking the foot off the gas the last 12 minutes or so. With the basketball is Prinz. Prinz, McLaughlin, D'Arcy. D'Arcy driving in, might have shuffled his feet, shot no good. And the rebound is controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Tigers bringing it up, Binder. Binder fading away, his right baseline shot, good. Cam Binder with 5, 105-69 Defenders. Beg your pardon, 105-72. I did not keep up on my running score. 2.5 left to go in the contest. And a foul on the play called on Roos. That's number 1 on him. And we'll have free throws for Prinz. So Prinz will go to the free throw line. Tyler is a junior as well from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dealt with injury in the early stages of both the last 2 seasons, and that has set him back. First free throw short, no good. Second one on the way for Tyler is good. So Tyler Prinz, 1 of 2 free throws. Defenders lead 106-72. Well, the Defenders are going to go to 15-5 overall, 8-4 in the conference. Doane's going to slide to 2-11 and 7-14. Dordt will take the season sweep from the Tigers. Likely the last time the Defenders and Tigers will play this season. Pass comes out front. This is Roos. Roos with it. Roos gives it up. Ademic. Ademic, 17-footer, left it short, no good. A rebound, take it away. This is Syons. Syons with it. Syons, a freshman from Wisconsin, running the break. They give it off. Skop, no look pass down low to Leverud. Leverud with the basketball, with the basket. It's good. 108-72 Defenders. Pass, lob down low for Ademic, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Tigers. It'll be Dordt basketball. Will Syons throwing it in. And Will Syons will check out of the ball game. D'Arcy will throw it in. And D'Arcy gets it into Prinz. Prinz brings it up. Prinz with the basketball. Skop. Dylan Skop, freshman from Sergeant Bluff, gives it off to Prinz, and we've got an offensive foul called on Dylan Skop. Not sure what happened there. They call him, he was screened and then he rolled out of it. Don't know if he got caught for a hold there. 108-72 defenders. 130 and counting. Tiger basketball. Tigers with it. They throw left-hand side. Step back, triple on the way, up and good. A three-point basket for Cam Binder. He's got 8. And the Dordt lead is 108-75. Skop on the wing. Skop looking to pass, gets it away. Prinz, step back three, short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball, 1 minute remaining. Binder stops at the free throw line, comes back right side Johnston. Johnston at the free throw line, dump it down low to Ademic. Ademic against Skop. Prinz digs down, gets that old team steal. Here comes Prinz. DRC. DRC underneath Loverud. Loverud back to Skop. Skop, Loverud, deep left corner. Loverud, a junior from the Des Moines area, suburban Des Moines. DRC into the paint, held his pivot foot, shot no good, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Prinz. It will be Doane basketball. 108-75 our score. The defenders now a couple of the road games next week. Mount Marty and Midland. 28 seconds and counting. Doane has it in the front court. Out front, Johnston. Johnston on the wing. Johnston driving down to the block. Tigers came here with 7 players. Shot in the paint by Johnston is good. He's got a free throw coming as well as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Just 6 reserves on the bench for the Tigers. That's why you're hearing some of those players that have probably seen a fair amount of time. Caden McLaughlin gathers in the missed free throw. Defenders will win it. 108-77 your final. The Dordt defenders now 15-5 overall, 8-4 in the conference. Doane 7-14 and 2-11. That does it for the play-by-play portion of our broadcast. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we will be back with a recap of today's first game of the doubleheader. And we will talk with Coach Brian Van Haften. We'll recap things on the Wireless World postgame show. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dordt Media Network is being able to go to various Dordt sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dordt Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8. Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt defenders took the suspense out of this one really early on. They led 13-11 and went on a 14-2 run to lead 27-13, led 53-30 at halftime, and things got completely out of hand early in the second half. Dordt got up 40+, extended their rotation. A lot of people played a lot of minutes, which was very good to see. The defenders, from a couple of standpoints, one from a practical standpoint, in that you got games coming up and you have to prepare and save your legs if you can for those. The other from the standpoint of those guys are working hard in practice. You want to give them the opportunity to also play in front of a Saturday afternoon crowd here at the DeWitt Gym. And the Dordt defenders come away today with a 108-77 win over the Doane Tigers. Let's roll the highlights, and then we'll get to Jackson Lusher in just a little bit. So let's go to those People's Bank highlights. The Dordt defenders in the second half got it going with Bryce Kopic. Kopic ended up with just 9 points, but it was an efficient 9 points. Tigers did try to keep pace and had some success from the three-point line. River Johnston ends up leading the team with 12 points. The defenders, though, a spark by Xavier Van Beek. Xavier Van Beek ends up going for 14 points. And Dylan Skopp, nifty pass to Ben Leverud for Ben's only field goal of the day. And the Dordt defenders go away with a victory, 108-77. We have been joined by a Dordt basketball player already. They didn't waste any time in the locker room, and so we will talk with Jackson Lusher as Jackson races. He gets the news that he's going to visit with me after the game, and he can't wait. He sprints up here, grabs the headset, and now we're going to talk about today's contest and Jackson's senior year thus far. And Jackson, extended run there for a group that normally doesn't play together in games much. Looked like things, once you settled in, that group that played from about the 12-minute mark, 13-minute mark, to about the 5-minute mark, you guys got pretty comfortable playing together, it appeared.
Yeah, this week in practice we were just talking and trusting our teammates, getting to the ball to the second and third side, and once we kind of settled that in, I thought we passed the ball really well in the second half and just playing for the guy next to you, and yeah, it was really fun stretch for everyone that was in there.
When you go in a situation like that, the game is decided for the most part. The margin is wide. Is there a matter of trying to play with some pride and trying to extend the lead then at that point and not give up ground?
Absolutely. And at halftime, coach makes an emphasis on to keep going and keep working hard and putting together good stretches, trusting your teammates to make that extra pass and knocking it down. And absolutely, I would say it's to put that second half together and just really put it to them in the second half is a really big emphasis.
Since the Christmas break and last week, Coach Van Haften said after the Hastings game, he said, okay, I said, what do you need to get better at? And he said, we got to get a little bit more patient on offense. And that felt strange after just scoring 65 points against Hastings. The odd part is Wednesday and Saturday of this week, I thought we were patient on offense, and you go plus 100 in both of those games. What did you talk about coming back on Monday and Tuesday, getting ready for Briar Cliff, and then Doane on Thursday and Friday? What do you talk about offensively with this team as a whole?
Yeah, Coach VH, we came in, had a good day of practice on Wednesday, and we emphasized, just getting the ball to the second and third side and making the right cuts. We emphasized cutting and our guys like Lucas and Bryce, and I thought they did a really good job cutting it, and then the ball comes back to them and they get a great shot. And these past two games, I thought we did a really good job of that, of just finding our guys, but later on in the possession when we're in the half court, and yeah, they get easier shots. They're more in the flow of the game, and and then you get to 100 plus, and yeah, we just had a couple of really good practices of just doing that and executing, and one more pass, and yeah, that's what happens.
Here you are, a senior already. What's the plan? You're going to graduate in May, going to get a job, you coming back? I mean, I don't know where people are in terms of using COVID years and things like that. What's your plan?
Yep, this is my last go around here, so enjoying every second while I can. Upon graduation, going to work at Pella here in Sioux Center, so that really looking forward to that. And yeah, this is the last second half of the season, so just enjoying every second with the guys and just really playing with some joy out there, and it's been fun so far.
How have you grown? 4 years. How are you different now than you were as a high school senior?
I would definitely gain more appreciation with playing with a group of guys like this, and just the culture here that Coach VH and Coach Lindbergh have put together. I've just learned to appreciate every little bit of it, every bus trip, every away game, every team meal. Just appreciate every single bit of that, and yeah, that's one thing I would take away.
Jackson, I will let you go. Thanks for coming up, and we'll catch up with you later.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
That's Jackson Lusher. And helps if I turn the right mic down. And we'll transition to Coach Brian Van Haften here in just a little bit. Coach Van Haften sliding over and taking a seat. And the Dordt defenders with a victory today by a final score of 108-77. And not talking basketball here, Coach, but do you ever sit back and just say, man, you get to work with some pretty good young men in terms of your basketball program?
The older I get, Mike, the more and more I realize that how important it is. I mean, it's just so much fun. I just have a blast every day. Mike, you would think that on January 26th, the guys are getting a little tired. We played some games in a row. I mean, we just had one of the best practices we've had all year last night, and we went for 1 hour. And we were just sharp as a tack. Even the guys who played at the last 15 minutes of the game were really good in practice yesterday. And so I'm glad I had a chance to get all the guys in tonight. And but yeah, I mean, this is a great group of young men. I mean, they are just faith servants. They're great Christian young men. And there is definitely hope for the future with these guys being leaders in their communities and in their families.
I asked Jackson what his plans are, and this is it for him. He said, I'm not coming back. I'm going to graduate, go into the working world. And I said, well, how are you approaching it? And he said, I'm just trying to enjoy each team meal, each practice, each thing like that. And I think that's a perspective sometimes as a 53-year-old myself. I don't always know that I have that perspective.
Yeah, so I hear you.
To hear those guys talk about it like that,
yep,
they're figuring some things out.
They are. They're great about that. And to be honest with you, as a coach, being my 28th year as a head college coach, I mean, that's one thing I learned way back. I didn't have it as a player, but as a coach, I realized, man, it's important to take one day at a time. And I think it's biblical too. It's just to take one day at a time, and these guys are great about that. And Jackson is just one great leader on our team. He's always got something good to say to the team. He's competitive. He's not the best player on the team. He understands what his role is, but man, his role is important. And just like we see Xavier Van Beek tonight, Ty Van Essen, they had really nice games, and sometimes they don't get the. People don't talk about those guys that much, but man, they're important. Xavier has had such good practices lately, and he just hasn't, in varsity games, hasn't had the chance to really make some threes, and finally tonight, it was great to see him make some.
You got up on Doane 13-11. You then stretched it out. You go up 53-30 at halftime. I thought the first 6 minutes of the second half might have been your best, some of the best basketball of the season for your team.
Yeah, man, we played great defense. You talked about that at halftime. Northwestern was up just like this against Doane about a week or two ago, and we said, man, let's not have that happen to us. Let's get off to a good start. And Luke Rankin and Bryce Kopic, they're just great leaders on this team. And defensively, I thought those two guys were locked in, and it portrays to everybody else. And And Ben Fairclough was great tonight too. You know, he's a great defender. He gets some blocks, and I'm really happy to see the basketball go in for him tonight.
Busy stretch coming up for your team. It was kind of nice to be able to extend that rotation today because you've got 3 games coming up in the next 10 days. That was an important factor today.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I was happy once we got it up to a lot of points there, and I took out the starters at about 14-minute mark. I said, man, I hope I don't have to get these guys back in. And it's good for them. Lucas plays a lot of minutes. Luke and Bryce play a lot of minutes. And those guys can use just a little time. Connor plays a lot of minutes for being a freshman. And so it was good to get off our feet a little, have a good attitude, celebrate the guys who don't get talked about very much. Them playing, good to see Cade McLaughlin make a 3. And, and Tyler Prinz and Ben Loverud and Tyson Bohr, playing well here today.
Coach, I'll let you go. We'll catch up with you on Wednesday at Mount Marty.
Thanks for all you do, Mike.
That's Coach Brian Van Haften. And I'll tell you what, let's take a 3-minute break and let's wrap things up. Go ahead and restart the live stream and get the women's broadcast going as well. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll be back with final numbers for the men's game and set up the women's contest in 3 minutes.